The war between Israel and Gaza continues to escalate, with residents of Khan Younis in southern Gaza experiencing the heaviest bombing yet. The Israeli military has instructed people in eastern areas of the city to evacuate further south, as they believe some Hamas leaders are hiding there. Many civilians have sought shelter in Khan Younis after fleeing the north. The latest wave of Israeli attacks has resulted in the death of at least 193 people, according to Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry. Israel's offensive against Hamas was launched in response to the attacks in Israel on October 7, which claimed the lives of around 1,200 people. The overall death toll in Gaza has now surpassed 15,200 people, according to the health ministry. After a temporary ceasefire collapsed on Friday, Israel resumed its bombardment of Gaza. The Israel Defense Forces claimed to have targeted over 400 Hamas terror targets on the first day of the renewed operation. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, speaking at a briefing on Saturday evening, vowed to continue the military operation until all goals are achieved, including eliminating Hamas and securing the release of hostages. He acknowledged that a tough war lies ahead. Khan Younis and the city of Rafah, located on the border with Egypt, have been heavily hit by airstrikes. The next phase of the offensive is expected to focus on southern Gaza. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have sought refuge in this area after being instructed to flee the north, which was the main target of Israel in the early stages of the war. The IDF's Arabic language spokesman shared maps on social media indicating the areas that civilians should evacuate, suggesting that a ground offensive may be imminent. Hospitals in Gaza, already operating with limited resources due to weeks of fighting, are overwhelmed with casualties. At Nasser Hospital in Khan Younis, some patients are being treated on the floor. The situation is dire, and residents are living in fear of an Israeli invasion. On a positive note, the Palestinian Red Crescent charity confirmed that 100 trucks carrying aid were allowed to enter Gaza from Egypt on Saturday. However, no humanitarian supplies were delivered on Friday. Talks to reach a deal for another temporary ceasefire and secure the release of the remaining hostages collapsed on Friday. According to a Palestinian official familiar with the negotiations, there have been no attempts to reach a fresh truce. Israel announced on Saturday that it was withdrawing its negotiators from talks in Qatar, which has been acting as a mediator, due to an impasse in the negotiations. Salah al-Aruri, deputy head of Hamas's political bureau, stated that there are currently no negotiations and that no prisoners will be exchanged with Israel until the war is over. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, during a meeting with the President of Egypt, emphasized that the United States will not permit the forced relocation of Palestinians from Gaza or the West Bank, the besiegement of Gaza, or the redrawing of Gaza's borders. She also reiterated the U.S. position that Israel has the right to defend itself. Harris stressed that peace efforts can only succeed if there is a clear political horizon for the Palestinian people, leading to a state of their own under the leadership of a revitalized Palestinian Authority. During the briefing, Prime Minister Netanyahu celebrated the release of 110 Israeli hostages, including women and children, as well as some foreigners. He welcomed them back from their ordeal. In exchange for their release, 240 Palestinian prisoners, including women and teenagers, were freed. However, there are still approximately 140 captives remaining in Gaza, mostly men and military personnel.